We're here for another edition of our wine reviews. We're now calling this the Hidden Chalice, so we could bring you these wines that we discover and bring them to you to save you some time. I'm here with my beautiful wife, Christina.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
And we've moved from the wine lounge in our house to the backyard to give you a summer edition of a couple great buys that we discovered of wines that you may have not had before from regions you may have not discovered before. So we're really excited about this one.
Very excited. It's summertime. It's a good time to introduce these wines.
Yep. And we've been having fun practicing with these the last couple days. So if we're all ready, we have a white wine and a red wine. So if you're not a white wine drinker, you're just all into reds, we challenge you to really expand your mind, because there's nothing better than a cold white wine during the summertime. So
exactly.
Here we go.
All right. Well,
so our first wine here is an unoaked Chardonnay, and I'll let you pronounce the name of the wine here.
La Vuelta.
La Vuelta, and
it is from Argentina. It is an unoaked Chardonnay, 2017.
All right. And again, we are going to bring you two wines from South America. So this is from Mendoza, Argentina. Okay. And a lot of you may know the region of Mendoza synonymous with Malbec these days, because they produce a lot of Malbec grape. Which Malbec actually originates in the Bordeaux region of France, but Argentina has owned it, and it's everywhere from Argentina. But they also grow the white grape of Chardonnay, and that's what we have here today.
Well, what interests me about it is it's unoaked Chardonnay.
Right.
So that was what intrigued me.
So the Chardonnay, just a little headliner on this, is Chardonnay could grow almost anywhere in the wine region world, and that not all grapes can do that. And everywhere it grows, it takes on kind of a different characteristic. And you could have oaked style Chardonnay, buttery oaky Chardonnay, or unoaked Chardonnay, and this one is unoaked. All right. Not been in oak barrels. Okay, so let's give it a whirl.
Let's give it a whirl.
And
chin chin.
Chin chin. Wow. So what do you smell off the nose on this?
It's very it's tropical, which is so it goes so well with the summer theme that we have here going on, but it's a very tropical scent.
It almost smells like a pina colada, which kind of is synonymous with me with summer, but it really has that pineapple nose to it.
Oh, this is really different. I love it. Yeah.
I get lime, but it's not like unripened limes. It's more like a key lime, like a sweet lime smell.
I get that too.
All right, you ready to give it a taste?
Give it a taste.
You like that?
Yes.
So off the bat, what's your knee-jerk reaction on this one?
Well, you mentioned it earlier, which I thought was interesting, because we're talking about it being unoaked, but I'm used to Chardonnays being buttery. This was definitely this was definitely not that, which is so interesting. And why is that not that buttery thing that you usually associate with Chardonnay?
So acid is the backbone in all wine, but when you have a racy acidic wine like this, it's really crisp and goes really well in the summer. A lot of that is influenced by the climate of where that grape grows. So in Argentina, Mendoza particularly is at the base mountains of the Andes Mountains that run up and down South America. And the cold air that runs down from the Andes Mountains really allows these grapes to stay cool, get a lot of sun, because there's a lot of sun close to the equator, but keeps the grapes cool so they can lengthen in their growing period and maintain the acidity while the sugars ripen. So it gives a real good balance of acidity and sugar.
Very nice.
All right.
Very nicely explained, too.
Thank you. This is a perfect wine when you're sitting outside. It's hot, it's crisp, it's good. It almost tastes like you're drinking a pina colada, but it's not that heavy Chardonnay feel that you might get from oaky buttery Chardonnay.
Not at all.
So you could really, drink it by itself or with different food. What would you pair this with?
For me, it's we're mentioning outdoorsy, and I can imagine being on a picnic and taking this with you on a picnic with those cured meats, or even fried chicken. I love fried chicken.
Yeah, I think that would be anything with fat to it. Acidity is a perfect match, because it just shoots right through the meat and goes really well together. So fried chicken and meat is a really good call on this. I could drink this all day long, and I have drinking a bottle of this for a little while. So this is a La Vuelta Chardonnay from Mendoza, and the price on this is unbelievable. It's $9.99 a bottle. So we got this at Total Wine, $9.99, and you could drink this.
$9.99. That's way below our $20 range.
Yeah, it's a great buy.
It's worth it.
All right, we're going to go on to the reds. And while I'm pouring this Cabernet from Chile, we're moving to Chile, I'm just going to explain why you get great buys from South America. South America, unlike a lot of the more established countries that make wine like France and the United States, have a couple of things going for them. They have low land costs, which bring their costs down in making the grapes, but they also have low labor costs. So they don't have as many regulations as France and Italy and the United States in their labor laws, so they're able to have labor that's a lot less expensive than here. And it really transcends into the cost that we're able to get these wines for, or the price we get these for.
Makes sense.
All right, so the next wine we have.
Yep. This is what is it? Brisandes?
Brisandes is a winery in Chile. And what's the region this is from?
Colchagua Valley.
Colchagua Valley, one of the most popular valleys in Chile. And we have a little bias here because I've been infatuated with Chile for a little while. But we'll talk about that in a second. So let's give it a whirl.
Let's give it a whirl. Oh.
Yeah,
pepper.
Very cool. Pepper, really good, yeah.
But like almost like a green pepper, like peppercorn.
Peppercorn, bell peppers,
like
the pyrazines. They call it pyrazines as an enzyme in Cabernet particularly that give it that.
Oh, wow.
But it's really apparent in this. And like black fruit, like I get like boysenberries.
Yeah.
Or black boysenberries.
Black cherry, the dark fruit,
and
the
chocolate.
Dark fruit.
Like dark chocolate. All right, let's give it a taste.
Oh.
Oh, chin chin
Chin, chin,
chin
chin.
chin. I forget every time.
Ooh, that green pepper. It's like pops you in the mouth. It's got like an earthiness to it.
Yeah, I think it has an earthiness. And when I drink this, like my mind starts like bouncing all over the place. It's so like intriguing. It's not like the Cabernet.
That could be dangerous.
It can. My mind bounces a lot, but you know, it's really fascinating. It's not like a Cabernet that we're used to, like a Paso Robles Cabernet, a Temecula Cabernet, or Napa Cabernet.
Right.
This really has this really earthy taste to it, almost like the Old World, which is what we would consider like France or the European countries. Really, that earthiness and that greenness, and it's not an unripened greenness. It's like just it's an herbaceous taste.
Herbaceous, I like that word.
Really, really good, and really hit the nose on the head. The other thing that's really interesting about Chile is it's been on the radar of a lot of French wine producers, particularly from Bordeaux region, that where they make Cabernet Sauvignon mostly in France, and a lot of these large, really expensive winemaking chateaus have gone down to Chile, identifying that area really close to the type of climate that is in Bordeaux, and they're able to grow Cabernet and other Bordeaux varietals down there very, very successfully at a fraction of the price.
We need to go.
We do. That's our next trip.
Yeah. You heard him. You guys heard him. He's taking me to Colchagua Valley.
Colchagua. It only took us a few days to figure out how to say that right, but Colchagua. So the interesting part about Colchagua is it's also next to the Andes Mountains, like Mendoza, Argentina. But it's right in between the Andes Mountains and the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean has a huge cool air influence, so it gets hit either way from with that cool air, and because it's so close to the equator, again it gets to ripen fully and take on all these nuances of the air and the weather and the sun and the land, and it's really intriguing. If I were to blind taste this wine, I would think it was a $50 bottle of wine, but it is $12.99, people. $12.99. So you got a $10.99 intriguing wine and a $12.99 intriguing wine. We picked these up at Total Wine and More, and they are both really fun wines.
Very fun
to try.
Yeah. I would have to say that, I'm a fan of both.
Are you? So, okay, so your favorite, though, is which one?
Well, I naturally go towards red because I am more of a red wine drinker. I don't really drink as much white wine.
Yeah.
But I would drink that. I would have the La Vuelta. I would take that out like by the pool, on a picnic, anything outdoorsy. I definitely
it's really
would
versatile.
bring
I
that
think.
along. Yeah. And when you think about the summer weather, like we've talked about, in the heat, I mean, you want a cool, refreshing, crisp wine, and that definitely did
I think you could even chill this Cabernet a little bit in the summer because it has that herbaceous thing, and it would be good too. But I picked this Mendoza Chardonnay up a little while ago, and I've bought 5 bottles of it since. So I'm really a big fan of that as well.
I haven't seen the 5 bottles. I don't understand where those 5 bottles went.
We still have them somewhere, I think.
This is one.
Yeah. Just check the recycle bin.
Okay,
yeah.
There you go.
All right, so from our house to yours, we're going to wrap it up here. We hope you enjoyed our little best buys of South America here, and we're going to bring you more later. So subscribe to our new YouTube channel. We appreciate you following us.
We would love it, please.
And we just love bringing you good stuff and
we love it.
Saving you some time in your wine drinking adventures. So have a great day. Hope to stay healthy, happy, and safe, everybody.
Love you guys.
Love ya.
Cheers.
Cheers.